Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D. Better Off Reading Every Day. Today, we have a funny one for you, and it all has to do with Wednesday. You know how they're always saying, hump day? So, it's the middle of the week. We finished the first half. We're on our way to the second half. And yes, boys and girls, we made it. And it's a great day to read a book about Roxy, the Ritzy Camel. And this is illustrated by Richard Cowdery. And it's written by Anthony DiStefano, the author of The Donkey That No One Could Ride. Now, bear with me, boys and girls, because I have a little stuffy nose and a little sore throat, but I'm going to get through this. I know I am with your help. So if I stumble along the way, you know. We're going to get through it, though. This book is for my longtime friend and colleague, Janet Morana. For Cindy, who loves her bling but loves Jesus more, Richard Chowdhury. Roxy, the Ritzy Camel. Roxy the camel was ritzy and vain. She thought she was gorgeous, but really was plain. Just a tad snooty and just a bit plump. The fine food she ate gave her quite a big rump. But oh, was she ritzy as could be. She loved jam and crumpets and afternoon tea. With jewels round her neck and earrings of pearls and red ruby lipstick like all the rich girls. She had a big mansion, a butler and a maid, a wardrobe of furs, fancy leather and suede. She lived in a desert, as all camels do, which can be delightful but difficult too. There's sand in the desert, no flowers or trees, no cool, windy weather, not even a breeze. And worst thing of all, no clouds fill the sky, so rain never falls and everything's dry. No water for the bathtub, no water for the sink, no water for swimming pool, no water left to drink. No water left for Roxy, not even one drop. And when there's no water, life comes to a stop. So Roxy decided to find a new home, to leave her big mansion and go off alone. She'd heard of a city all her life long, ruled by a king, wise, good, and strong. A great king of kings, loving and true. His home was a paradise, shiny and new. A bright, sparkling city of beauty untold, with walls made out of emeralds and streets paved with gold. And flowing from rivers and streams everywhere was life-giving crystal clear water to spare. But before Roxy left, she packed and got dressed. And being so ritzy, she just packed the best. Scarves made of silk, hundreds of shoes, a room full of pocketbooks, so hard to choose. Cocoa camel makeup, Calvin camel jeans, bags of gold and diamonds, enough for several queens. She loved all her riches with all of her heart, and tying them around her, she turned to depart. But out in the desert, there's not any road. Any traveling's not easy with such a big load. So Roxy grew tired and weary and weak. Her mouth was dry. She barely could speak. For 40 long days and 40 long nights, she carried her bundles with no hope in sight. By the time she arrived at the great city's wall, she felt so exhausted she thought she would fall. But at least she was here and set to go in. Her wondrous new life was about to begin. She ran to the gate and tried to go through, but the hole was too tiny. It just wouldn't do. She pushed and she wiggled without any luck. She squeezed in so tight her bottom got stuck. She just couldn't fit. There wasn't a doubt, so Roxy reluctantly backed her way out. It's not right, it's not fair, she moaned and she cried. This gate wasn't made for a camel so wide. But just at that moment, from way up above, there came flying downward a little white dove. The dove fluttered softly around Roxy's head, then finally landed and quietly said, Listen, my friend, I tell you it's true. You're too overloaded with bags to get through. So lighten your load by sharing your things. Give away all your jewels and your gems and your rings. What's that you say? The shocked camel said. Give away all my things. I'd rather be dead. No, thank you, said Roxy. I'll try it once more, but this time I'll charge like a big wild boar. So backing away from where the gate stood, she started to run as fast as she could. She hit the stone gate with quite a loud thump, then shot like a rubber band right on her rump. Oh no, sobbed poor Roxy. I'll never get through. Oh, what can I try? I haven't a clue. Please listen to me, repeated the dove. Please do what I say, he asked her with love. Your inches don't matter, your value's not great. They're useless to you once you pass through this gate. It's nice to have things, and they can be good, as long as you treat them the way that you should. You're being too selfish and not very smart to love them with all of your soul and your heart. That kind of love is for heaven alone. It's not for things that you can buy or you own. So share all your things or give them away. Listen, and you'll be so happy today. Down deep in the heart, the rich camel knew she loved her possessions too much. It was true. And so she decided to give it a try, to take all her treasures and kiss them goodbye. She made up her mind to give up her things, to put all her fate in the great King of Kings. So down by the road, she gave some mules her bags filled with gold and big sparkling jewels. She gave to a fox whose fur was a mess, her frilly white socks and bright silky dress. She gave to a slow and lonely old tortoise a diamond tiara that really looked gorgeous. She gave to some snakes, not known for their looks, her collection of hats and posh pocketbooks. She gave to a lion, off taking a snooze, her bows and her braids, a box of shoes. And when she was done, she noticed that she was so much more happier and so much more free. Her heart felt so light, her soul felt so bright. She danced and she floated like a butterfly in flight. Then, squinting her eyes, she started to trot. She said to the dove, "Let's give this a shot." She rushed to the gate, but still it was tight. She squished and she pushed with all her might. The little dove just watched, then flew around and said, "Try bowing down and going in on bended knees instead." That's the way, he cheered her. You're almost free and clear. All you animals get behind her and push her on her rear. They pushed and shoved together. They poked and prodded too. Pop! Then suddenly there was a pop, and Roxy made it through. Once inside the city, the camel looked around. She couldn't breathe or quite believe the beauty she found. Valleys and vineyards, mountains and trees, rising in the air, lakes and rivers, streams and seas, and water everywhere. Best of all, the king came forth and welcomed Roxy in. He said to her, "Well done, my friend. Your joy can now begin. No more thirsting, no more tears, no more pain or strife. In this land of happiness, forever you'll have life." And all the city gathered around and gave thunderous cheer, for Ritzy Roxy, rich with love, at last had made it there. I'm going to read that line again. No more thirsting, no more tears, no more pain or strife. In this land of happiness, forever you'll have life. And all the city gathered round and gave a thunderous cheer, for Ritzy Roxy, rich with love, at last had made it here. She made it, boys and girls. The end. Boys and girls, I do not own the rights to this book, but I do love storytelling magic, and the magic of today's story, apart from it being Wednesday, the middle of the week that we always are looking forward to, because we know we finished one half and we're going to finish the other half, is all that stuff she had, she didn't really need it. All she truly needed was love. And that's what I always try to stress to you. A little bit of love goes a long way. I do it on Spread Love all day Saturday shout outs. And I also tell you that I put a little bit up here, I put a lot in here, and I make you laugh a little. So I hope you got a nice little laugh out of this, because it was funny. And I hope you found a lot of love in the meaning of her finally finding that water that she was looking for. And I think that the page that I love the best is when the dove speaks to her and he says, "So share all your things or give them away. Listen and you'll be so happy today." Boys and girls, it is Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D, Better Off Reading Every Day. It was my pleasure to bring this book to you, all about Roxy the Ritzy Camel by Anthony DiStefano. And boys and girls, I wanted to show you my Camel. He's right here. There he is. He's right there. And I'm going to read to you his tag. His tag says, his name is Lawrence. I won't leave you high and dry. It says, the Attic Treasures Collection. And this is Lawrence. So there he is, Lawrence. Can you see him, boys and girls? He's a cutie, right? He kind of looks like the one on my shirt. He's not as ritzy as Roxy, but you get the idea. He's still pretty sweet. So have a great Wednesday, boys and girls. And I hope that when I see you again soon, that I'm sounding a lot better and feeling a lot better because you bring me such pleasure. Bye.